Hello, everyone. This is the Crimson Cure, welcoming you to the Crimson Tower, a place where we keep a feminine foot on the neck of the gynocracy, feminism, and black male misandry. So go ahead, pull up a chair, stay a while, and listen.
See, wherever I go, stay ready, stay alert, always prepared for whatever. I see me. There's a seat right here. You can see from all angles. I'm ready. It's time to get down to business. Game time.
Hi, honey. I know you just made it to the library, but love of my life, my hero, my lion, you forgot your A game. So come home, take it, and then you can go and conquer the world, black man. Oh, and one more thing. Would it kill you to just wear some socks? I'm just saying. Love you. And can you bring home some milk?
Oh, man. She can kill it. Okay, I'll go back. I'm gonna get my A game. I'm not putting them socks on. I'm good. I'm fly. I'm fresh. I'm gonna stop at 7-Eleven and get some milk.
Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I am your host, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So, we back on Tamika Mallory's head because of this. I'm just gonna tell y'all, I'm just gonna show y'all this much. I just want to show you something real. You know, every day I want to show y'all something. So I'm just going to show you something real quick. I just want you to absorb it. I just want you to absorb that. This is Tamika Mallory. Okay, supposedly an activist for, black people, blah, 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 blah. Sexism is worse than racism. Quote, Tamika Mallory. And the one on Twitter that said it, I always remember this despicable, treasonous statement by Tamika Mallory. Never forget. This was on the 15th. Says she doesn't understand how the system works. And all she understands, she just couldn't resist those tender, flaky, buttery biscuits. Okay. Now that I've shown you that, we back on these heads. Tamika Mallory, I'm back on your head because I remember doing a video about Tamika when she did her debut for Cadillac ads. Okay? When she got paid a hefty little, bag for that despicable Cadillac ad. But here's the thing, are black women for black culture or woke culture? And see, this is a question I've been kind of dancing around these last few live streams, videos, that type of stuff. But we're not going to dance right now. We just going to come on out with it. That's the question on the table. Are black women for black culture or woke culture? Because, see, we've been talking about how they destroyed black culture. So really they can't be for it because they've been used and allowing themselves to be used to destroy it. But what replaces it? It's that woke culture BS. Sexism is worse than racism. This is a person that is living in 2021 in the midst of a gynocracy talking about sexism was worse than racism. Supposedly an activist for the people. She's supposed to be an activist for black people, right? This is what she'd have been getting accolades for putting together events and all of this other type of stuff. You know, she's a younger Black woman that's been in this fight in the community, and she got her son involved, and she over here doing this and over here doing that. And then let it come, because they can't help it. Let it come out their mouth which culture they actually working on. Which one they actually work for. Which one they blood, sweat, and tears go towards. It is treasonous. And it's treasonous because, listen, for the longest, Black women have been the ones that have been the agents in what was a Black community that is now ethnic outposts, where there's nothing but chaos, lawlessness, oversights, and failures. That's all that it is now. Where Black girls are grown up to be masculine and Black boys are grown up to be effeminate. And you mean to tell me that after all of this time, second wave feminism and the whole lot of it that undercut the civil rights movement, that undercut every movement that Black men tried to do to liberate Black people, and you gonna sit there and say sexism has been worse than racism? I would like to ask Tamika Mallory directly, and any woman that think like her, what has actually happened to you as being a woman in this country that was worse than anything that our ancestors went through, that was worse than anything Jim Crow could throw at us, that was worse than anything that being on the plantation could throw at us? I want to know, what has any Black woman gone through in this country that has been comparable or worse than that? How many Emmett Till situations have we had in the reverse? I want to know that. You so desperate to be in some type of struggle, to be victimized, to be in a victim state, that you will say any kind of stupid, foolish, ridiculous statement that you possibly can. This is what you got all of these chicks out here doing. They may not say it exactly like that, but they say it. Because every time we try to say something that helps the people in general, Black people in general, they come up with a side thing about women. They did that crap with Ice Cube. You can say what you want to say about what his plan was and whether or not it was effective. Nobody would have known that anyway, because when he went to go and talk to the hyenas, the hyena panel, the foxhole hyena panel, and he was talking about Black people and Black culture, their first thing was, well, what about Black women? Because they always have separated themselves out from the people. They have never been in our favor. That's why it's been so easy to use Black women as the agent and the agency of the destruction of Black people as a whole. She has destroyed her man and she destroyed her children on a regular basis. You see the video that I played in my last live stream? It's Black female culture. Everything is about Black women. When you turn on these so-called Black channels, BET, VH1, that are not owned by Black people, mind you, but they claim to purport what is Black culture, which is destructive when you start looking at it, because VH1 it doesn't perpetuate anything but destructive Black female behavior. BET, the same thing. Now, the regular BET is already gynocentric. Then they came out with BET Her, like they needed a separate channel to talk about Black women as a separate culture. This is what they do. Because they women first. Black is way down there when they get to pull that card out on white people. They have never been down for no type of cause that didn't put them at a premium. We can go back to first wave feminism to see this. That Black women didn't stand in solidarity with Black men to free all of us. They always hitched their wagon to what was woke back then. Always hitched their wagon to Becky's fight. This is why we in the failed state that we in. They stay in a state of lawlessness. They stay in a state of denial of the truth. They stay blind to any foresight at all. Because it's just failure after failure after failure. And they proud of the mistakes in hindsight because they don't even see them as mistakes, or at least they lie to themselves about it. Notice how I'm going from the top to the bottom to the past, and then we rarely get to the future because of them sticking in that falsehood. They stay there. That woke culture allows the lies. It allows the miseducation. It allows the twisting of the truth. It allows revisionist histories. It allows these different narratives to be told about what Black women go through versus what Black men go through, and that Black women go through stuff because of Black men. They not out here trying to fight no white supremacy. Don't let them keep capping about that. They are not out here fighting that. I don't know what war they fighting at this point. At this point, it is a mystery to me about what war they're fighting. Because they fighting tooth and nail about this woke culture, and I'm trying to figure out what's the end goal. What's the end game to that? What flavor of butter biscuit you think you finna get now? Where do you think you going? The community was destroyed. It's gonna take a wing and a prayer and a miracle to get that back in any semblance. You've destroyed your boys. You don't educate them at all. You don't support them. You don't give them fathers. You don't give them good structure. You don't give your children families. You give them welfare and chaos and poverty and struggle. You give your girls a masculine mindset. You give your boys a feminine one. At every turn, you set your children up for failure, which sets up the failure in the future, because children are what? Our future. You constantly vote for the Democrats and for entitlement programs that have never gotten us out of poverty, that have never helped Black people, not one time. And you keep fighting this same fight. And I'm trying to figure out, I don't know what's the end goal to this. What more can you destroy now? destroy? Can you destroy your children more than you do? At what point is too much chaos too much? At what point is the lies too many? I don't understand. I'm really literally at a loss, y'all. I really don't understand what the point is now. Sexism is worse than racism. I'm trying to figure out, what has Tamika Mallory gone through as a woman that has been worse than what Black people have gone through for being Black in this country? That's what I want to know. When were they lynching Black women for being Black women? When were they doing that? Even in Jim Crow. You just now getting to a point where the police see you the way they see Black men, but that's been something they've been doing to Black men for the longest. When have Black women been hunted down, targeted unfairly, jailed unfairly, broken down in the media, villainized, demonized? The stuff that go on in the media with you co-sign. You co-sign all of it, whether it's destructive or not, and most of it is. This is stuff that you've been doing to yourself. Like, you like how you are portrayed in the media because you co-sign it. You watch it, you spend your money on it. Like I said before, them Basketball Wives series and Love and Hip Hop series and all of them would not be going on as long as they have without the support of Black women. The BET Awards was a crescendo of buffoonery and woke culture that you support. And then you want to get mad when people co-sign the buffoonery that you do. It was something on Twitter, and I couldn't find it again, but it was something on Twitter that stuck with me. This Black woman on Twitter was mad at Black men because white men were making comedy skits mocking Black women behavior. So, they was acting like Black women. The laughing loud and the patting the head and all that kind of stuff. And so instead of taking responsibility for, this is the image that you put out there of yourselves, she was mad at Black men. Well, y'all made it popular to talk about Black women in this way. And so now you got white men talking about us like this. No, ma'am. First of all, when Black men, listen, y'all like Madea. You like Madea. When Tyler Perry said he wasn't going to do Madea no more, it was Black women that made an uproar and was like, no, you got to do Madea. We like Madea. And he's acting like a Black mammy for comedy. That's who Madea is. Madea, even the name is a Southern thing. Madea is mother dear, Madea. Okay? Madea. And he just said it's Madea. Okay? Because it's like, to say it with the vernacular that it was meant with, people might not get it. It's Madea. Mother dear, Madea. And that was what you called your mama or your big mama. Y'all made it funny when Martin did it in Big Mama's house. Y'all laughed at that. You made it funny when these little internet vines started being popular. Blame it on Quay and, all of these other. Y'all watch these people. Y'all watch these men act like Black women. But when black men do it, they basically are depicting their mothers or their grandmothers. They are depicting their experience of you because that is who you've been to them. You championed it. If you didn't like it, you shouldn't have been laughing at it. Or maybe that's not who you should have been. So nobody could laugh at that. Now you're a caricature in what? Culture. It's part of the culture now. Because you stay making a spectacle of yourself. You stay ruining your own image and your own culture in preference for woke culture. Now, when white men be like, girl, now it's not funny. When Zaddy do it, now it ain't funny. I thought you loved everything about your Zaddy. I thought Zaddy couldn't do no wrong. I thought Zaddy couldn't do no wrong. Huh. Learn something new every day. I think we know the answer to the question. Are black women for black culture or woke culture? And you're always being for woke culture. You always wanted Zaddy to recognize your femininity more than he recognized your humanity. Make that make sense. You've been dealing with an inverse value system because you live in oversight and you've allowed yourself to deny the truth over and over and over again. This is why there is no light at the end of that woke culture tunnel. There is no light at the end of it. There is only destruction at the end of it. I don't know how far y'all think y'all finna go before you realize that. What do you think the end goal of this is? You don't think you're gonna be destroyed at the end of that? Okay. All right. Sound off in the comment section. Are black women for black culture or woke culture? Tamika Mallory. Sexism is worse than racism. You ain't even went through nothing because you was a woman. Ain't went through nothing. Out here free as a bird. Freer than any woman anywhere. Talking about it was worse than racism. You the freest woman in the world. You can do whatever you want, however you want, with whoever you want. And the most you got to worry about is maybe one or two people giving you the side eye for it. But that ain't stop nothing. That ain't stop you from doing nothing. You get online, say what you want to say, do what you want to do. You get out here, you yell at folk, you get all in faces, you talk, you yell through bullhorns, all kind of stuff. But nothing happened to you. Nothing happens to you. Matter of fact, you got paid handsomely by Cadillac to engage in what you engaging in. And ain't nobody supposed to look at you sideways. Sound off in the comment section. Are black women for black culture or woke culture? I want to hear the answers to this. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I am the Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.